Howdy, folks. Today we're playing Invasion Domain in March of the Machine Standard, and this deck is based off a deck that Aetherllama built. I'll put their deck in the description here, but that was an Omnath Invasion deck, and I wanted to try Invasion by itself first. So I'm just, I have a lot of the same themes: the herd migration, the invasion, the leyline binding, the domain theme of it all. But I wanted to try the Invasion of ALARA first, and in particular, I wanted to try two cards I think are going to go well with it. Tali Primal Conqueror and Portal to Phyrexia. So if you're not sure what Invasion of ALARA does, the 5 mana battle, all colors. When it enters the battlefield, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile 2 non-land cards of mana value 4 or less. That's why I think it's going to pair really well with some of these really powerful 4 mana spells. Drag to the bottom, Invasion, Unleash the Inferno, and some really good 3 mana spells, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Honestly, every card we hit off of the Invasion probably is good. I mean, they go for the throat, probably kill something. Topia or Stumper, ramps us. I think it's pretty good. You put the other one into your hand, and then if you defeat the battle, it's a sorcery that draws cards. You can put an artifact from your hand on the battlefield. That's Portal to Phyrexia. Create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control. You can copy the Tali Primal Conqueror, which I think is going to be really good. That ETB is very powerful. And then you can put +1/+1 counters on stuff, and then destroy a permanent in opponent control. So a lot of very, very good stuff there. Tali Primal Conqueror is a 7 mana 7/7 Elder Dinosaur Trample. When it enters the battlefield, each player exile cards from the top of the library until they exile a non-land card. And then you can cast any number of those spells without paying the mana cost. You can cast both of those spells. Pretty cool. Then you can transform it to make it into a level 11 Trample Indestructible. And, when it does combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters, so it can one-shot them. Pretty powerful card. Really like what this deck is going on. The mana base is just a whole bunch of cards that are, domain lands and things like that. But yeah, hopefully you like the list, and hopefully you like the changes I made from Aetherllama's list, trying to go for the Invasion of the ALARA. But if not, I'll link their deck down below, and you can definitely play it. Let's get into the video. Alrighty, opponent's going first. We've got a slow hand, but we found another black mana. We can cast this Drag to the bottom, so we'll do that. See what our opponent's up to. Chrome Coast. Is this a control deck, or is this a Soldier's deck? Let's see if they have a Thalia this turn or not. Ooh, Bankbuster, okay. Match with their own Bankbuster. Probably Jeskai. Fable, okay. Well, we would follow with that if we could. We're just gonna pass here. Draw with the Bankbuster. See what they discard. Could be an Invoke Justice deck, and they could reanimate it this turn. Just a Shivan Reef. Okay. Problem is, their opponent probably has some counter spells, and we don't, and that's got to give them a pretty good leg up in this matchup. We'll go ahead and draw. Doing a Braid. They didn't play a land is the weird thing, but they discarded a Shivan Reef. I don't really know what that's all about, but I'm gonna pass here. We have red, green, white, blue, black. We can cast this Invasion next turn. Well, it's got a lot of treasure. They have 6 mana, could be 7 with an untapped land here. Another Bankbuster, okay. We'll draw. I think we'll take this time to herd migration here. Play a second red source for this Atali eventually. Play the Fable. I think they have a counterspell here. We could have played the Invasion, so I think they have a counterspell here, so I'm gonna do the Fable. Didn't want to use them to Fable, okay. Go ahead and pass the turn. We'll have every land type next turn. Plains, forest, mountain, island, swamp. All right, Wandering Emperor. We can drag to the bottom next turn if we trigger the rank to the Reckoner Bankbuster.
Guards, to me.
Probably gonna be our plan. Destroy evil. Okay. Then another creature to play. Okay. Think they attack with their 2/2? I don't think we're blocking either way. If they wanted to attack with their 2/2, they would have put it there. They were scared about it, so I think they're just going to attack with it anyway. I think they're fine with losing it at this point. Or they might be trying to crew the Bankbuster, but they would have done that with Shaman anyway. Okay, they're just fine with attacking with it. Okay. That's fine with me. I'll take the damage. No blocks. Draw the Bankbuster. Get my treasure, make the 1/1. Grew up.
Years of training for this.
Yeah, just drag to the bottom. Then negate. Didn't seem to have counters earlier. This didn't want to use on our Fable a couple turns ago. Make disappear, which we can pay for. Should we pay? I think it's point actually to not pay. Just kill this reflection now. Keep up the herd migration. And now we have the better board for now. One is continually missing land drops, even though they discarded that Chivalry really early in the game. But treasures have been able to keep them afloat. Page from New Phyrexia, okay. Some knights coming in. They didn't want to do that. They wanted to attack it, I guess. Okay. It's fair. Oh, they can finish it off. Interesting. And we will flip the Teferi. Interesting, okay. Bankbuster are pretty good with the Invasion of Phyrexia. I guess I didn't think about that. Here, yeah, do your thing. Yep, Teferi.
Do we skip to the part where you surrender?
Gonna get the emblem from the Knights. Probably their best course of action. Gonna draw cards, okay.
Keep on
Leaves it to
guessing.
Fairy. Vulnerable to this Bank Buster attack, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play this bird migration next turn. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Back to Fairy.
I'll try to find my way back to you.
Make some beasts. Pass the turn. Well, it did hit their 5th land. They have Make Disappear in their deck. Probably not any of their hard counters. They have a lot of cards they can draw. We've got some 3/3s to stand in the way. Get some board parity, though. I'm gonna draw right now. They already played their lands. What they're looking for. I'm just gonna do their thing, I suppose. Goblin Shaman coming in. Go to my turn. I think we're going to want to play this invasion first. Because this is Make Disappear, we can pay. Probably worth paying, I think. I'm going to sack a creature. Might do it just to tap us out. They might counter the invasion of Zendikar. Or whatever I play after this. Alright, coming in. See what I hit. Bankbuster and Fable. We'll get the Fable going. Bankbuster in hand. Screw up. Attack. They have 3 blockers, so they can block 1, 2, 3. Do any attack with everybody else at the invasion? Okay. Alright, everyone at the invasion. They want to do. I could have a removal spell and then block. Didn't want to block. And put this Portal to Phyrexia into play, which is going to be nice. It's going to be the main plan. It's kind of why we wanted to attack the invasion with everybody. Cast it. I'll draw some cards. Permanent do I want to destroy? Destroy a land, but I think I'd rather destroy this Bankbuster. They have a negate. This is where you want to use it. Make Disappear, I'll definitely pay. Make Disappear, okay. Well, I am certainly going to pay for that. Resolve, auto pay. Resolve, auto pay. Draw a couple cards. Put a Portal of Phyrexia into play. Choose a permanent I control to copy. I don't think a second Portal is going to be that good. I'm probably going to copy Fable. I don't know. Either way, opponent had seen enough. GG's. Alrighty, opponent's going first. Ugh, it's not the best hand, but we're gonna try it. We want to find black mana of some kind. Okay. Opponent's doing some sort of oil deck thing. Or a Phyrexian deck, okay. Well, we're gonna want to find black mana for this drag to the bottom. Took a turn off, which I'm happy about, I suppose. Bar's headquarters and pass. Do what they play here. Unfortunately, none of these produce blacks. We can't just go get the swamp and then drag to the bottom. Yep. Opponent is getting in on us here. Definitely gonna grab the swamp. We could invasion here. How crazy is invasion here? I don't think it's that crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, I don't have second swamp though. Yeah, maybe that was too crazy. I don't have second swamp. You gonna do anything? They didn't do anything on turn 3 or turn 4. Sheltered, okay. Go ahead and kill the Sheldred. Bit of draw. The farmland. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, these creatures are getting in on us. Alright, we'll draw. Not sure what's in our opponent's hands. Not an Invoke Despair. Alrighty, pass the turn. They have a lightning strike? What do they have? These have all lands? I really do not know what's going on over there. Okay, take only 1 damage. That's nice. And have another invasion, okay. Sacrifice a creature, planeswalker, and lose a life. Sure. Don't have either of those. They have another one. Their hand is full of these things? I don't know. Invasion. And herd migration. I kind of think we need to gain life with the herd migration. As crazy as that sounds. Let's play this invasion, see what comes up. Stomper, okay. Definitely will play that Stomper. Go for the throat. Okay. Get a forest. Get a mountain. Yeah, we're gonna herd migration and bank buster. Give me the plan. Sure, they have lightning strikes and stuff in their deck, which is a little tough. At least the Inferno can kill the Flamestoker and the Fable, which is gonna be nice. Okay. Coming at us. I don't think I want to tap out, actually. I think I want to keep this herd migration up. Is that crazy? Just like to avoid getting burnt out with a spell there. All right, let's cast this on the Flame Stoker and hit the Fable. Yep, that's fine. Guard their hand. Guess I didn't know it cost less. It just cost less? Okay. Screw up here. Attack that invasion. Do they want to block? They do, okay. Play a Stomper. Pass a turn. Opponent didn't have a Lightning Bolt or anything. I feel like they would have used it. 2 lands gone. Sure. That's what they have. Phyrexian deck over there. Nebraska's Forge, okay. Can block those for now. Phyrexian Dragon Engine, okay. Get another creature. I don't think they have anything to get us here now, so we're just gonna do that. In our life. On my turn. But I could play the Portal. And then what do I have left over? Enough for a Fable. Okay. Also cast the Invasion. Yeah, I think it's time to get the Invasion flipped. I'll draw cards. Do I care more about the Fable or the Forge? Or the Forge. Copy permanent I control. Play a Stomper, make a second Stomper. 3 counters here. Get the last land. Play a Fable. Pass a turn. See what our opponent has here for us. You can get a big old Dragon Engine, but you can block that. Can they push through 5 more damage? That's their big question. I'm looking through their graveyard. The Phyrexian Dragon Engine to get their hand. Akanuma. Okay. Look at the Processor. Sheldred, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. They want me to return it. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. In my graveyard, Stomper. Any Phyrexians on the battlefield? I do not. Guess it doesn't matter. Let's look at the Dragon Engine. Go ahead and draw. Decline. I think I have to drag to the bottom of everything. Auto pay. Attack my opponent here. Play a herd migration. Pass the turn. Guess I could have attacked the invasion that turn if I had waited to play all this. Okay, opponent doesn't look like they have any way to deal direct damage. No, nothing there, so they're good to discard it all. What do they have for me here? Fusing. Okay. Okay. I put into the graveyard because he gets exiled. Unearth. Fine, go to my turn. Give me that Sheldred. Get both of these lands out of my hands so I can gain some life. Go for the throat and Etali. I will gladly cast an Etali here. GG's. Opponent knew, just gained enough life would be fine. Wow. Another tight game. I'll take it though. GG's. Okay, going first. I'll keep this. Start with the Jetmir's Garden. Lowers the cost of the binding the most. That way if we find one of the other tri-lands, we can have it up on turn 1. That won't be the case though. Alright, pass the turn. Next turn we'll have binding and go for the throat up. Pass the turn. Resolute reinforcements. Dark Commando. Okay. Soldier's deck probably then. Alright, I'll kill it. Guess I'm playing Fable. This is not a soldier's deck, it just happens to have Cathar Commando in it. No, it has a negate. Okay. And a consider. They're hitting their lands. Okay, gonna try to cast a Stomper. They have another counterspell for me? Doesn't look like it, okay. I don't have blue. Guess that's what I'm getting. The Leyline Binding costs 1 only. Is that just a flash deck? Hold on. Okay, just completely just a flash deck. Interesting. They kept whatever was on top so that they could cast it. Very mastermind. Okay. Interesting. Draw. Or play this invasion. Probably gonna get countered if I had to guess. No, they're letting it go. Fine with that. Okay, I want second black, certainly. Outside of that, probably just another green. I have enough red, so okay. Sure. Considers. They've been Giada. They could cast something from the top if they wanted. Okay, tax us. Wedding announcement. So they're tapping out basically, which is good for us. It means I can wipe the board finally. Is it worth wiping the board? I could just get this invasion. I think I have to wipe the board. Just, I'm gonna die otherwise. They have a spell pierce they could cast here, maybe Fading Hope? Okay. Fading Hope gonna return one of these things back. Yeah, that's fine. Pass a turn. And Herd Migration and gain life. Good force. Go to my turn. Rockfall Veil. Keep a white up here. Yep. Play this invasion. Do they have a negate? They would love to cast a negate here if they had it. No negate. Okay. Who we can hit? Invasion and go for the throat. I'll cast the invasion. Forest Mountain. Pass a turn. Go for the throw at the end step. Wandering Emperor, okay.
I've learned much during my travels.
Okay, 2/2 coming in.
Let your blade.
Star Commando. Okay, I'm gonna kill that. Cast it on a turn. I wanted to make it so only have 3 creatures, so this portal is pretty effective. Glad they plus to lower the amount of creatures they have.
How we greet our enemies.
Draw the card, that's fine. Go to my turn. Italy. Oh, I think this Portal Phyrexia is the best thing I have going on. See if they have a way to counter it. I have more Cathar Commandos. They already have 2 in the yard, though. Okay. Can pay that 2 more times. Okay. Get rid of this 4/4 in the meantime. This time I can return a Stomper. Or this Barret and Giada.
Keep watch for intruders.
Could also get this Cathar Commando, but like this. I'll get the Cathar Commando. Alright, to resolve this Italy. They have more spectral adversaries? Another counter spell. Okay, so I guess mine's Fable. And I'll pass a turn. Yep. Hearing Giada coming in. You have another one? You have another flash spell or something on the top? Fading Hope, maybe? Alrighty. Fading Hope it is. Counter on the Aaron Giada? Counter there, okay.
Remember your training.
Alright, go like this. Attack the Cathar Commando. Get rid of this wedding festivity. Close game. Only close game. What do they have to protect? Sure. Okay, take 2. They have more wedding festivities. Okay, so that to me that means they have another spectral adversary in hand if they kept up one of those blue mana. Potentially. Drawn a card. We get the another Cathar Commando. Suppose that's what I'll do. Just discard the mountain. Resolve another Aetherllama. It does resolve, okay. Stomper. Commando. Forest. I want to play the headquarters. I don't think there's any benefit to playing the headquarters, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Adversary, sure. They're just gonna play it regularly? What are they gonna target? My creatures? My Aetherllama? Cathar Commando? Okay, well I'll just sacrifice this and kill a wedding announcement in response then. Fine by me. Opponent's got a lot of damage potentially coming through. They have a Fading Hope. They can probably cheese us out here. Yep, no damage. Nothing we can do about that. Samurai.
We must protect the people.
Have another Wandering Emperor. Get the Air and Giada. Gotta try to block in the air. Babel. Okay. Go to attacks. Attack with everybody here. Don't think we can afford to attack the invasions right now. They have a Wandering Emperor. Like they do, okay. Unless they're just fine going like this. Okay. Alright, playing Aetherllama. And they concede because they have to pay the mana. Wow. Another nail biter of a game which we won. Impressive stuff. Wow. Let's hit the wrap up. GG's. All right, folks. And we're back with Invasion Domain in March of the Machine Standard. And this deck held up honestly better than I thought it would. I thought we would get potentially run over by some aggro decks. Didn't face a lot of aggro, but we faced some mid-range that had, creatures that could kill us, and we were able to get past it. Invasion of ALARA is a fantastic card, honestly. It's a 5-mana spell that provides you value immediately when you cast it. So you get, let's say you get a Topiary Stomper that you get to put into play immediately. That's 5 mana for a Topiary Stomper. Well, that's kind of a lot, but then you also get to put another card into your hand as well. You always get 2 cards, which is pretty good. And like the worst case scenario is you get like a Go for the Throat that you can't cast. But if that's what's happening, then you're probably doing pretty well. I really like this Invasion of ALARA in this style of deck, whereas, you know, you saw Aetherllama's deck that, you know, I have linked in the description. You're playing it with Legends, and if you play the Invasion of ALARA with Legends, then you can run into, you know, cases where you hit the Legends twice, and I did that in my playtesting that deck a bunch of times. So I really like a deck where you can basically always play or have both. You know, you can play one thing with the Invasion, get the other one in hand, and they're both useful. You can play immediately both right away if you have a lot of mana. I really like that aspect, and just being, you know, having Unleash the Inferno, being able to cast for an extra mana. Essentially, if you find it's pretty cool. Dig, you know, throughout your whole deck to find any of these cards. Drag to the bottom, being able to Wrath off of it. That's pretty cool. Just a lot going on for the deck that I really like. Leyline Binding is still a fantastic card. Herd Migration fixes your mana in the way you want to. You really have to plan exactly how you want to put your mana forth. I think that's probably the hardest part about this deck, is to make sure you sequence your lands correctly and get the correct colors. But then you can also just play it as a 7 mana spell that gets, you know, 5 3/3s. That's pretty good. If your card has dual function. Aetherllama I thought was very good. A 7 mana 7/7 with trample is pretty good, but it also, you get to cast 2 spells for free with it at random. Pretty cool that you know, with the Invasion and the Aetherllama, you just you 100% get a non-land card every time, which means you can't whiff, which is, I don't know, pretty fantastic. I think you can cast a Herd Migration, Portal to Phyrexia. Speaking of Portal to Phyrexia, put it into play a couple times off the Invasion. That is very cool. It's a very good interaction. Really happy with it being in this deck, and just with, you know, ramping in general with the Topiary Stomp with Invasion. I really enjoyed this deck. You can do a lot of cool stuff. You can win a lot of games. Your games are probably going to be close. You're going to probably sweat it out until you overtake your opponent eventually. There are matchups where you can, you know, your opponent can just have more value than you. You know, in this format, despite this being a 5-color deck, you know, your opponent can find more value than you have here, which, you know, mono white has a lot of value, which is kind of crazy to get a lot of value with just one color. But we have a lot of ramp, can get to our stuff faster, so I think that'll help in that style of matchup. And you have a lot of cards that are good in the matchup as well. Unleash the Inferno can do some work. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on. Really enjoy the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck too, watching it. And as always, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.